My name is Michelle Hill. I'm the founder and CEO of ProSeek Bio. I founded this company in September 2023, and it is a really interesting journey from academia to now running this company for 2 years. It's a great learning. So I was in academia running research labs for about 13 years. Then during this time, I really wanted to develop products, and we've had some successes in out-licensing our developments, but it was not very simple to develop products in academia. So I had the opportunity to take a researcher exchange and development in industry fellowship called READY. And I took that at a startup company called Microba in Brisbane, and that was such an inspiration. I've learned so much from there. So towards the end of that, our Ovarian Cancer Research Foundation funded project was at the publication stage, and we had really excellent results. So I felt really compelled to actually bring that to the market because women need this test. When I started my research group at the University of Queensland, my whole focus was using the technology called proteomics, and that's the study of proteins, which are the workhorse of the cell. And I was really inspired at that time at a conference where a researcher in proteomics had commercialized an ovarian cancer blood test. And he presented this at this international conference when I was a junior group leader, and I was really inspired. So somehow it was a bit shocking then when I come around the other end and having received the Ovarian Cancer Research Foundation project to work on early detection, then looking into why hasn't his test made a significant difference? And so then when we had really great results, I was really inspired to then bring this product to the women that really need it.
Every year, 1.6 million women suspected of having ovarian cancer are given a choice. Undergo surgery for further diagnosis, which turns out to be unnecessary in up to 80% of cases and often results in surgical complications and permanent loss of fertility. Or wait and see, which can result in aggressive treatment, high costs, and poor survival rates. But we're developing a revolutionary new option, a highly accurate, non-invasive test to help doctors determine if surgery is actually required. Our pioneering technology targets a set of blood glycoproteins to identify biomarkers for ovarian cancer. A regular blood test is taken, and our test kit is used to measure the biomarkers on a mass spectrometer in a pathology lab. Our algorithm interprets the results and provides doctors with powerful insights to inform their recommendations, meaning earlier diagnosis, less surgeries, lower costs, and most importantly, more lives saved.
ProSeek Bio is focusing on women's health diagnostics, starting with ovarian cancer diagnosis. Ovarian cancer is the most lethal women's cancer because majority of cases are detected at a late stage when treatment options are limited and ineffective. If detected early, more than 90% of women will survive ovarian cancer for at least 5 years. Unfortunately, according to statistics released by Ovarian Cancer Research Foundation a few years ago, more than 70% of cases are detected at late stages. When it's detected at late stages, only 29% of women survive more than 5 years. The mortality for ovarian cancer is very high because most cases are diagnosed at late stages when treatment are ineffective and most cases will relapse. The reason it's diagnosed very late is that the symptoms are very vague and commonly experienced by women. So for example, pelvic pain or bloating, weight loss or weight gain. So these are very generic symptoms. Unfortunately, when women present, there are limited tools to diagnose the cancer non-invasively. The current gold standard for ovarian cancer diagnosis is by tissue biopsy or surgery, looking at the ovarian tissue. This is a very invasive procedure. So as a result, doctors are usually conservative in terms of which women are sent for ovarian cancer surgery. Unfortunately, the lack of accurate non-invasive tests means that up to 80% of ovarian cancer surgeries are conducted unnecessarily on women with benign conditions. On the other hand, there's delayed diagnosis for most of ovarian cancer sufferers. There have been a lot of research trying to find better biomarkers in the blood or other non-invasive methods of diagnosis, which unfortunately have not led to sufficient accuracy for clinical adoption. What ProSeek Bio is doing is exploring a technology using glycoproteomics, where we look at changes in the modification, called glycans, on blood proteins. And we've had initial really great results in terms of being able to find biomarkers that can differentiate between ovarian cancer and benign pelvic masses. So currently we're working towards developing this into a reagent kit for a clinical mass spectrometry assay that can be performed at pathology labs.
Next up, Michelle Hill from ProSeek Bio.
My name is Michelle Hill and I founded ProSeek Bio to translate 15 years of biomarker research in academia into clinical blood tests that can change the narrative for women with ovarian cancer. Every day, 3 women in Australia die from ovarian cancer, but 2 of those could have been saved if they had been diagnosed at an earlier stage. Did you know that for ovarian cancer diagnosis, the ovary has to be removed first? And in 4 out of 5 of those surgeries, no ovarian cancer is ultimately detected. Researchers know this problem for over 30 years, and there have been many research, but no technology has been able to address this question clinically.
We're still developing the product in terms of the exact biomarker panel. What we're aiming to develop is an in vitro diagnostic reagent kit to be conducted at the pathology lab using the existing clinical mass spectrometers. The referring clinicians will receive the results from this simple blood test in order to advise their patients. It's been a fantastic journey so far. There's a long road ahead. I've learned a lot during the last 2 years of running this business. The multiple challenges, including funding, finding the right team, there are still a lot to learn, but I'm really up for the challenge to bring the much needed diagnostic tests to women all over the world.